To be digitally literate or a digital native is to have access to a broad range of practices and cultural resources that you are able to apply to digital tools. Children today as a whole are becoming increasingly digitally literate due to their exposure to technology and online resources, meaning that teachers and schools must keep up with emerging technologies in order to be able to develop both the digital natives and the non-digital natives. A digital native should be able to create, collaborate, and communicate effectively using digital tools. I personally believe that schools should consider how digital literacy enhances and supports teaching and learning, as opposed to being an add-on session. The following image shows how computing and ICT should be taught in school in order for children to learn essential skills in explicit ICT lessons, whilst having the opportunity to apply their skills to other subject areas. If digital literacy skills are taught effectively in schools, children will see the skills and the use of ICT as a part of their everyday learning across the whole curriculum. Tapscott argued that an entire generation of young people is different to previous generational cohorts because of its experience of networks and digital technologies. Prensky further argued that the new generation thinks differently and goes on to make the claim that the new generation's brains are different from previous generations. Tapscott believes that education needs to follow those young people who grew up with the new technologies and move from what he describes as a teacher-centered approach to a child-centered approach. Children learn best when learning about their interests. They will appreciate the teacher's acknowledgement of their existing cultures and incorporating this into the lesson, such as using Little Big World, for example shown here. The obvious struggle teachers may face is being able to extend pupils who have great knowledge of using digital literacy. Haig and Payton suggest fostering digital literacy into subject teaching, which will reflect young people's lived experiences of digital media cultures, extending their knowledge, and they will then become critical and discerning participants in their own in-school learning. Many children, as aforementioned, are exposed daily to technologies. However, their abilities are sometimes misleading. Although children may know how to use the internet search engine, for example, children may lack important research skills as they can find it hard to select information they need. I found this during my Year 1 class during block school experience last year. Pupils were asked to use a search engine to research the ancient Egyptians, which they duly did, but due to their lacking experience in this, they were unable to locate the information they wanted. As mentioned, gaming is an integral part in many children's lives today. Scratch is a great program to use, not only to incorporate the gaming element into lessons, but also to develop children's knowledge on how to program. This has been introduced to the new curriculum for 2014 and so is now seen as a skill to be digitally literate. When I was first introduced to Scratch in first year, I found the concept really hard. However, when paired with someone else with a similar ability, we were able to share ideas and we felt comfortable to experiment. After this, I support Vygotsky's theory of collaborative learning, whereby he suggests children learn best in pairs or groups and learn from each other, providing the teacher is there to scaffold. The class will almost certainly be varied in ability, and so pairing and mixed ability should benefit the learning of both. Following on from this, research by Kennedy et al. Shows that boys tend to be heavier users of technology than females, which from my own observations I believe could mean that boys tend to adapt quicker and easier to new technologies and concepts, especially gaming. The Guardian believes the worrying trend is that too few are developing the skills they need to create the next Facebook, Little Big Planet, or even Raspberry Pi. This is why it is important for teachers to develop children's critical thinking and reflection when using different modes of technology in order for them to find which one is most effective and efficient. In my future practices, I hope to develop forms of classroom technology provision which fit better with needs, values and experiences of young people, as this will be the making of a digital native and a creator.